NBA All-Star game last night, All-Star break as we speak right now. Guys are resting and gearing up for the second half, which really isn't a full half. Pels just have 27 games remaining. Good time, though, to catch up with our friend Darnell Lazare, former Tiger and current assistant coach with the New Orleans Pelicans. House, how are you, man?
What's going on? How you doing?
Doing awesome, man. It's good to hear from you. We appreciate the time as always. I'm sure you watched the All-Star game last night, so give me your take on the fact that they actually, played defense and tried and were super intense there at the end.
Well, I think they had a lot of things that they did different this year with each quarter raising the money for the different teams, and then having the Elam ending, I think made it quite interesting. And just with the whole mystique of the passing of Kobe and kind of the Mamba mentality thing, I think guys wanted to go out, play hard, and kind of as a tribute to him. So they did a good job with it all in all.
Do you think that that's sustainable? Do you think that for the future of the NBA All-Star Game, they might be able to recreate that type of energy and excitement around it?
I think so. I think the Elam ending makes it exciting. You have the different type of side shows going on. Again, like I said, with the raising money, team to team. I think, LeBron over the past couple of years has done a good job of kind of setting the tone of the game. I thought last night Giannis kind of brought the energy on his team, and everybody just kind of followed suit.
Darnell Lazare is with us, first season as a Pelicans assistant coach, former LSU Tiger. Let's talk a little bit about the first half for the Pels. When you're in the midst of that 13-game losing streak early, can you describe what that's like to be living through something like that every day?
It's challenging. It gets frustrating, but you got to try to stay even keel. You got to keep coming to work every day and approaching it like each game is a new opportunity. And I think we did that. During that skid we had, I think most of those games were competitive. Couple, 1 to 3 possession games down the stretch where, maybe we didn't get a stop or didn't score on the possession we needed to score on. But we knew if we kept working and we kept fighting that we'd eventually break through.
Is it sufficient to say, even while you're living through that, you're going, we know reinforcements are coming. We know Zion's going to be here and it's going to reshape the whole thing. Is that part of the thinking as an organization when you're going through that?
It is, but then you also felt like, you saw the pieces growing. We have some talented guys, but it was the first year that these guys were coming together. So, it was kind of getting used to each other's style of play and playing with each other. So it was a lot of different things we had to adjust to. And we knew that would take some time. That being said, during that stretch, we saw some positive moments and you saw some glimpses of, what we could be. It was just a matter of sustaining that level of play and doing it night in and night out. And then obviously knowing Z was coming back, we knew it was going to help our team and just, add more depth in the talent that he is to the team was going to make us better. So, again, we just wanted to stay the course.
How, watching this team every day now with Zion, who has he had his presence had the biggest impact on the roster?
I would say probably Lonzo because of the type of player that Lonzo is. He's such a willing passer. That's kind of how he plays the game from a distributing standpoint, getting people involved. He's not afraid and willing to get off the ball early. And, when he gets off it early to Z, it just allows Z to get ahead of steam, get downhill, or he just throw it up to the rim and let Z go do what he does. So that's been a nice little tandem there.
Darnell Lazare is with us, former LSU Tiger, now an assistant coach with the New Orleans Pelicans. Organizationally, what's it like being around now, right? As opposed to, we talked about that losing streak, but now you're looking at a team that is beating playoff teams and you feel like is ascending.
To be honest with you, it's kind of the same because even when we were losing, we knew we had a talented team. We just kind of got bit by the injury bug early on. Now we're starting to get guys healthy, and the message hasn't changed. We want to go out and play hard for 48 minutes. And I think, we've shown that over some of the wins we've gotten as of late. So we just want to keep coming out and playing hard. And now we want to create a standard, an expectation of what we demand from ourselves internally. and just go out and execute that every night.
27 games to go, 5.5 back. Is it doable to make up that deficit?
Mathematically it is, and I think it is the type of team that we have. But we just want to approach it one game at a time. We had this All-Star break, kind of gave us an opportunity to disconnect, reset, recharge, and come back and finish out the season strong.
I can certainly appreciate that. Like, you don't want to think too far in advance, but I mean, is that the conversation internally? I mean, do you start to do you scoreboard watch and do any math at this time of year?
Personally, I don't. I think, again, with our young team, it's always advantageous to play in games that matter at this time of year. I think we're in that space. Obviously, we would like to be a little bit further ahead than we are in terms of the win column. But I think coming out of All-Star break with 27 games to go with the young group that we have, Z being a rookie, getting the Laker core that we have, that young group, these last 27 games are going to matter, because if we win games and can get on 5, 10, 13 game winning streak and propel ourselves to an 8 seed, then we're a playoff team. If we happen to come up short, hopefully that will leave a bitter taste in our mouths, and we'll go into the off season thirsty to be in that top 8 coming in the next season. So, we want these games to matter, and I think we're in a position where they will matter, and I think that's only going to make our team better.
Is it forward. Sorry. Is in your years in Memphis, obviously there were a lot of really good teams that were playoff teams that never got over the hump in the playoff. But for a team like this, with its young core, is it better to make the playoffs as an 8 seed and maybe not advance, right? Or is it better just to play well, finish out the string, maybe end up in the lottery and focus on next year? Like, what's a better long-term, approach?
I think it's always best to go as far as you can go. I mean, for me personally, just dating back to high school, my experience in college, we made the playoffs my freshman year of high school. We had that taste in our mouth. We wanted to get even further the following year. And we didn't stop until we made it to the state championship game and won it. In college at LSU, we made the tournament my freshman year. I believe we lost either the first or second game, but that taste stayed with us. And by the time I was a junior, we were able to make the Final Four. So I think with this young group, that winning matters. And I think the reason that the Boston team is so successful is because the Jaylen Browns, the Marcus Smarts, the Tatums of the world, those guys experience playoff experiences early in their career. I think it accelerates or expedites your growth in this league.
Last thing for you, Darnell, and your time always appreciated, man, especially while you're on break, man, to take the call. But what's it like being around this group every day at practice when the cameras aren't on? It looks like it's a group that really genuinely gets along and got some good, key veteran leadership as well. But from your standpoint, what's it like being around this group every day?
It's a fun group. I think we have a relatively young team. We do have some nice vets and Faves and J.J. Redick and even Drew Holiday, although Drew is, I don't even think he's 30 yet, neither is Faves. But the young guys, they get along. The whole team gets along great. They're a vibrant, energetic group. They come to work every day and give us their all. They're a fun group to work with. They want to get better. They want to be pushed. They want to be challenged. As a coach, that's all you can ask for from your players. So they've been giving us 100%.
Pelicans will be back on the floor on the 21st up in Portland, little West Coast road swing. Darnell Lazare will be there as well. Former LSU Tiger, now Pelicans assistant. Man, it's always good to chat. Appreciate a couple of minutes of your time while y'all are on break, man. We'll catch up soon, all right?
Yep. Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it.
You got it.